guys, so today's video is going to be a first impressions get ready with me on the Lion King Sir John and Luminess Can't Wait to Be Queen eyeshadow palette. I haven't used this palette yet, so I'm going to use it now. I'm really excited to jump into the palette. You guys know I'm really not going to be like super high energy today. There will be a video going up before this explaining why, but I really wanted to jump into this palette today and test it out for you guys on camera, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. So right now I'm just going to let me just use this to use as a mirror right now, but sorry, like already dropping stuff. So this is what the palette looks like. It has, I believe, Nala on it because it's called Can't Wait to Be Queen. So I think that this is Nala. Nala is Beyonce in the movie. So if you guys didn't know who Sir John is Beyonce's makeup artist. So I think that's why they had approached him to do a Disney collaboration for the movie. So Beyonce does play Nala in the movie. I don't know if I already said that. And then it says Can't Wait to Be Queen, and it says Disney The Lion King on the back, and it's a collaboration with Luminess Cosmetics. I'm not really sure who Luminous Cosmetics is, Luminous, but anyway, I don't really feel like getting into that right now. I will get into all that stuff when I haul this stuff. So I'm probably not going to post this right now, because I don't know why I'm literally dropping everything right now. Because I want to post this when I actually can haul it. So I'm probably not going to post a makeup and chill Fridays today because today is Friday and I really want to just dive into this palette. So I just got it yesterday, so I haven't been able to use it yet. So this is what the palette looks like. Really pretty. It has a couple of pops of color in here, not too many. It only has 3 pops of color, this really beautiful green, this purple, and this blue. And then the rest of the palette is pretty neutral. So that's why I thought it wasn't going to be too much of an overwhelming palette for me. So we're going to dive into the palette because I feel like the rest of the palette is very neutral, everyday type of looks that I could use and do for every day. So I'm just going to prime my eyes with my Smashbox primer. So last couple of days have just been really rough for me. If you guys watched that video that I posted, because I'm probably going to post it the same day that I'm actually filming this video, you guys will probably see a haul before this video even goes up. I know I'm like all over the place right now, but bear with me. I really have no excuses today because you guys know like what happened. So I'm just going to set my eyes with my Charlotte Tilbury powder. But when I'm doing my makeup, it is so weird how much it like just is just a little bit of a silent therapy. Like it's just something that you can't really explain. It's just, there's something about doing it that just helps me cope a little bit. It's just so weird. Okay, so the first shade we're going to go into as a transition, I think I'm going to stick with like the warmer shades today. I don't know if this shade is darker or this shade. Okay, so we're going to go in with Wisdom first, and that one is this really beautiful like peachy matte shade. So I'm like really excited to use that. I already like cleaned my brushes off in my Sephora brush cleaner. Honestly, I wasn't even sure if I was going to be able to be ready to film like a regular video today, but I feel like I just have to in order to get used to like talking on camera again. So I'm going to throw Wisdom into the crease first. Okay, right off the bat, I do notice it is a bit sheer. It's not like super pigmented, but it is very smooth and buttery. So let's see if we can build it up a little bit. So, to distract myself from everything that's going on in my personal life right now, I kind of wanted to touch on what's going on in the beauty community right now. I'm probably going to make a separate video on it as well, because who knows if we're even going to get through it all in this video. Okay, that is nice. It does build up pretty nicely. So I'm going to take that on the other side as well, but I do find that I have to dip my brush a few times because it doesn't really pick up that much product, but there isn't any kickback in the pan when I'm doing it, so that is a good thing. So I'm just going to take it on this side as well. Alright, I just washed my brush off with my brush cleaner, but it still looks like my colors are two different colors right now because I haven't washed my eyeshadow brushes in a while, but I do like how it's building up on this side more. Maybe because I just had like another eyeshadow on my brush from before, but now it looks like it's a little bit more matched up. Now it doesn't look as weird. Okay, now I'm just going to brush it off with my color switch. Okay, the next shade I'm going to go into is King, which is this one right here. It's like a darker matte shade. I'm going to take that and put that in my crease as well. So I actually am decluttering a couple of eyeshadow palettes. So that's why, like, I got this palette, and also because there are just other eyeshadow palettes that I have my eye on that there really is no point in me keeping other palettes that I just don't use anymore that are like sitting in my room and collecting dust. I think I addressed this in my last video that you guys are going to see probably next week. I'm wearing like the same shirt because this is like my brand new shirt from Lucky, so I've been wearing it like a lot to work. And it's just like a simple shirt to wear. And honestly, I just don't really want to wear anything like that cute right now. So for the crease shade, I'm going to go into this shade right here, which is called African Clay. And it's this really pretty, like, warm toned brown, like reddish brown shade. And it looks really pretty. So I'm going to take that and put it in the crease. So when I first swatched these yesterday, I was kind of underwhelmed with the pigmentation. Not so much the mattes. The mattes were actually swatching like really soft and nicely, but the shimmers were a little bit disappointing. So I guess I'm just going to have to see how they perform on the eyes. But I was also supposed to go to brunch today with my best friend, or like lunch or whatever. But then she had other stuff come up. So unfortunately, I couldn't see her. I haven't seen her since her birthday, and she's been like really trying to get out here because obviously of everything that happened. So hopefully I'll be able to see her at some point. I was finally able to see my boyfriend yesterday. I mean, even though it was only like 2 days or like a day, I was actually supposed to work last night, and I told them like I can't, like I need the night off. Since they couldn't give me off Wednesday, I'm like, I need Thursday night off. So my other coworker was able to switch with me at least, so I could see him last night because I just, hadn't seen him yet, and I had to tell him everything that happened. So for the outer corners, I'm going to go in with the shade called Pride Rock, obviously because it's the dark matte brown in this palette. So I'm just going to take it. I actually really like how these mattes are performing. They're actually really nice and blendable, which is a definite plus. I actually think that these mattes are blending better than the ColourPop Main Squeeze palette, because I've actually tested out that palette enough now. Like, I've worn all the lid shades a couple times, and I've worn the matte shades quite a bit, because, like, obviously, like, I would wear those more than the lid shades. And I'd have to say that these are blending really nicely, actually. Pretty impressed. So I watched a bunch of videos on this palette before it came. I actually got it from Ulta, not from the Luminess website, because I wanted to use my Ulta 20% off coupon. I haven't used that coupon in a while, so I wanted to take advantage of it. And since this collection was available at Ulta, I wanted to get it from Ulta. How many times can I say Ulta? Alright, so I'm just going to prime my eyes on my eyelid with my glitter primer from NYX, as always. So yeah, she couldn't come today. Like, she was, you know, supposed to distract me before I had work, because I have work at 5. It's only 3:30 right now, but I just really wanted to film this video. I can't just sit in my room again and, like, watch TV. Like, I need something that, like, distracts me a little bit more. I actually went out to Marshall's before. Just to get out of the house for a little bit, because, like, I just couldn't stay in the house all day, like, before work. Just, like, can't do that right now. I did lay down for a little while with my Waddies, because, you know, we still have Watson and we still have Luna, but it's not the same. But they're still my little babies, and I love them to death. Okay, so for the lid shade, I'm really torn is if I want to do, like, a pop of color or if I want to use a neutral shade. I'm going to see how this looks. I'm going to take the Meadows. I'm going to see how it performs. I'm going to pop that on the lid. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, we're just going to use that, I think. I was like, why not go all out the first time? At least use one of the one of the lid shades, like one of the colorful shades. I will talk about the beauty community in a minute. I just want to finish, like, I want to concentrate on the eyeshadow right now and this palette and tell you guys how it is. I actually really like that. That's really pretty. Okay. It's, like, not too overly metallic, but it's still, like, really purple and, like, kind of dual-chromy. It has a little bit of blue in there too, like blue sparkles. It's really pretty. We'll just use one of the, I'm probably going to use Landscape on the inner corners. So originally all I wanted from this palette was the palette from this collection was the highlighter, but the highlighter was $40. And it's like, if the highlighter was $40 and this was $42, it's like, it makes more sense just to get the eyeshadow palette. And I just could not stop looking at pictures of the eyeshadow palette that I'm like, I kind of need it. Because I don't really have, like, a complete eyeshadow palette from, like, any Disney collection. Because I thought that the MAC times Aladdin one was pretty boring. That's why I got the other pieces from the collection. And I have the Princess palette from ColourPop, but I don't have anything from Lion King. Like, and I just thought this was so beautiful. I was like, I kind of need to have it. It almost has, like, a wet look to it. It's really pretty. It's a really pretty purple. I'm actually liking that a lot. Just want to put a little bit more. It does take some building up, though. That's the only thing, is that you might need to take a little bit of time with these colorful eyeshadows just to build it up to the desired color that you want on the lid. Okay, and then for the brow bone, there is no brow bone highlight in here for me, honestly. I know, like, when I was watching his videos, he was saying you could use Wisdom as a brow bone highlight, and I'm just like, my skin is too fair for that, so I'm going to go in with Blanc Tight from MAC in here, because I kind of want to use this a lot more than, like, my other brow bone highlights, because I've already hit pan on Hear Me Out a while ago, and I've had pan on Vanilla Bean for a long time that I need to start using other brow bone highlights that I need to hit pan on. Which I will be posting my halfway through the year update very soon. That's probably going to be the video that goes up before this video. So I forgot I have to film that probably Monday or Tuesday. Okay, so that so far is the eyeshadow. Sorry guys, it's just like, it's really hard for me right now. Like, really hard. It's hard for me to even get through, like, an hour or two without crying my eyes out. Like, it just sucks. So I'm just going to take Pride Rock and just put that a little bit more on the outer corners. But I really like how the mattes look. I'm actually really impressed. They look really smooth and blended in the crease, and they look really nice. Alright, so let me just go grab my foundation and stuff, and we'll do my face. Okay, so now I'm going to prime my face with my NYX primer spray. And then I'm just going to use the Maybelline Master Prime My Face Studio Primer. Sorry. I don't know why I'm saying sorry. Like, I don't have any shame showing my emotions, so. I find if I use, like, any other primer with this foundation that I'm going in with, it kind of makes it, like, too dewy. Because the foundation I'm using is very dewy, so. So for my foundation, did I use this recently? I guess we're just using it again. So I'm going to use the Maybelline Dewy and Smooth Fit Me Foundation in the shade 110 Porcelain. I'm just going to use it. I think I used this like 2 weeks ago or something, but whatever. Been using the Physicians Formula a lot, so gotta use something else. Just this foundation's so friggin' messy. It's like annoyingly messy. Like, who doesn't make a foundation with at least a pump in this kind of bottle? Right, I need to close this up. Okay, bye. Sorry, my dad was leaving for work. And now I'm by myself, but it's okay. I have to be at work at 5. My boyfriend was supposed to come over today, but then he forgot, so it's okay. Nothing is going to make me feel better anyway right now, so, like, I can't blame him for forgetting. Alright, so now we're just going to blend that. So, yeah, anyway, so I don't know if you guys saw that, well, probably a lot of people did. That Marlena Stell posted her video about Jaclyn Hill. Because honestly, all of this Jaclyn Hill stuff is getting to be fucking ridiculous, to be honest. It's like, enough already. Like, leave the girl alone. Like, honestly, it's gotten to that point where it's like, what annoys me about it is the fact that people are still bitching, even though everybody was refunded. I'm like, I understand people are upset because she didn't really say, like, that the lipsticks, weren't safe to use. I have still not had any problems with them. I've looked at them and I've used them and I haven't had any problems. I'm not saying that you should use them, but if she hasn't made a statement about not using them, unless they're, like, ones that you sent back, then obviously you shouldn't use those. But I just think the whole thing was handled fucking terribly. Like, on her end, especially, obviously. But at the same time, it's like, the customers just, like, are hounding, like, everyone. Not even just her. It's like, everybody on social media. Like, every single influencer. It's like, alright, like, relax. Like, if you want to get the situation resolved, you contact Jaclyn, you contact the company. I understand they're doing a shit job, but you shouldn't be giving or sending anybody else hate or even sending Jacqueline hate, because, like, it sucks, but, like, she's gonna have to deal with it at some point. But I don't know if you guys saw or care, but she deleted her social media. She deleted her Twitter, she deleted her Instagram. All she has is YouTube right now, and I guess Snapchat. I don't know if she deleted her Snapchat or not. But, yeah. I understand it's been, like, a really, like, I'm sure, like, I mean, I don't feel bad for Jacqueline, because this is her mess, and it's just, like, everything was just handled so poorly. But I do feel bad that she's getting all this hate, because it's like, at the end of the day, like, after all the James Charles hate, it's like, none of these people did something as bad as what Laura Lee and Manny MUA did, or Nikita Dragon. Actually, Manny MUA is not, like, as bad as Nikita Dragon and Laura Lee. I think that Nikita Dragon is, like, probably the scummiest YouTuber ever, like, in the beauty community. I don't know how she has a following. Like, she is honestly, like, a horrible role model and a horrible influence. I'm sorry, it's just, like, she has turned me off completely to her. Just do not like her at all. So now I'm going to use the Catrice Cosmetics Liquid Camouflage Concealer in the shade Porcelain something. I don't even know. It's just been getting really hard getting used to him not being here. It's just, like, really difficult for me, like, because I keep on thinking about, oh, I'm going to see him, like, as soon as I go out of the room. It sucks. It sucks a lot. Like, this is the worst thing, like, my whole family has had to go through in, like, a few years. It sucks, and I really don't want to talk about it right now. I'm, like, still trying to distract myself, but, like, it helps to talk about it, but at the same time, like, it doesn't help something that you can't, like, do anything about anymore. And that's what, like, really sucks. So anyway, so what was I gonna say? So Marlena came on YouTube and basically talked about everything that happened with their Makeup Geek collaboration. And she, like, showed all, why do I keep on saying "the" like, every time, like, I say she or anything like that? Like, I don't understand why I'm talking like that lately. Where's my consent? So she also commented about, James Charles and everything that he said about Netflix, which honestly, like, even though, like, I believed James Charles about the whole thing that happened with all the, like, sexual harassment claims and James Charles being a predator, which I thought was just obscene, that people would go to that lengths to call someone something like that. Even though he might, like, be shady and do things that people don't approve of, doesn't mean you can just automatically assume, like, what kind of person he is because James Charles is calling him Jeffree Star. I just thought that was, like, the absolute last straw for me with Jeffree Star. I just, like, you say you're going to stay out of drama, you say you're going to do this and that, and he constantly, like, relapses on social media. And it's just, like, enough, Jeffree. Like, I understand you have an opinion. You're allowed to have an opinion about anything you want, but it's just the way that you say it. the fact that you're publicly accusing somebody of being a predator is a huge claim. And I'm sure that the person that you're talking about feels like shit for it. And I understand, like, James Charles isn't innocent, but no one should be put through that. Like, I've been watching a lot of, like, videos about, like, the vicious cycle of cancel culture, and it's like, even though that person did something wrong, unless the person killed somebody, like, you really need to, like, take it easy on them, and not, like, I understand if you're upset, but there are ways of, silently doing something, and I understand if you want to voice your opinion. I understand that completely. But, and maybe constructive criticism isn't like the best way to go in these certain situations, but you can do that, or you can just unfollow the person. If you don't agree with what somebody says, there are ways of saying it rather than just like calling them a piece of shit or stuff like that. Like, these people read this stuff and see all this stuff said about them that I'm sure they feel terrible enough that you're just making it worse and not making it any better for anybody else. Like, I understand they did a shitty thing. Like, for me, I just unfollow the person. Like, I just can't. It's not as much as me, like, thinking that if I say anything, their feelings are going to be hurt, because these people need to learn to be really strong, but at the same time, they fucked up. They're the ones who fucked up. So it's not like I feel bad, but their fans and their subscribers doing these things just makes them feel worse. And it doesn't make the situation any better, is what I'm trying to say. So anyway, back to Marlena. So she commented about, I'm just going to use the Charlotte Tilbury powder to set my face. I don't know why I keep on getting, like, stuff in my eyes already. I'm, like, pretty annoyed. But whatever. Alright. So I think right now we're going to jump back into the palette while I'm still talking about this stuff, because I haven't grabbed my mascara yet. I finally slept last night because the night before I just was useless trying to sleep. Like, honestly, did not fall asleep at all on Wednesday night. I was just so exhausted, like, physically and mentally. So for my lower lash line, I'm going to go into the shades King and African Clay. And I'm going to smudge those both on the lower lash line. So basically, like, the thing that really pissed me off about James Charles was that whole thing with Marlena and him. With the whole Netflix thing. I was like, you freaking pompous ass. Like, the fact that you are trying to say that you have more knowledge about the makeup industry or the YouTube side of the beauty community, of influencers, and you say you have more knowledge than Marlena Stell, one of the OG makeup YouTubers on YouTube, the one that fought for YouTubers, one of the main people, or I think she was like the first person that fought for YouTubers to get money and get paid for using makeup companies' products and getting PR and stuff like that. Like, she was one of the first ones to do that, and you're gonna say that you have more knowledge than Marlena. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me, you spoiled brat? Like, he is a spoiled brat. Like, I will say that about him. He is a spoiled brat, and I'm unsubscribed to him, so honestly, I'm sure he would never see my video, so I'm gonna say whatever the fuck I want about him. Like, I'm not gonna call him, like, crazy names, but he is a spoiled brat. I've been called a spoiled brat before in my life. I just think his ego is way too big for his head. Like, I feel like not even that in that big mouth can he fit that huge ego in his mouth. So, yeah. But But when I saw that tweet, when he said that to Marlena, I'm like, are you serious, bro? Like, I'm sure that Marlena didn't, like, reach out to Netflix and ask them, oh, please do a documentary on me, and then all of a sudden, James Charles, like, puts in his fucking 2 cents, and he's like, I don't know if I've ever addressed this in a what's going on with the beauty community. Maybe I don't feel like I talked about this. So now for the inner corners, I'm going to go in with Landscape, which is this shade right here. It's this really beautiful, you know, like, one of my favorite, like, kind of inner corner highlights, so I'm really excited to use this. It's very pinky toned, but I think it's made really pretty on the inner corners. Ooh! Oh, that's really pretty. I like that a lot. I was just like, what the hell? Like, Netflix approached Marlena, and honestly, you put Marlena's opportunity in a lot of jeopardy there when you did that. Like, you're just gonna take another YouTuber down because you think that Netflix should have done a documentary with you because you're the biggest beauty blogger ever on YouTube. People, like, keep on saying that Netflix should do a documentary with Shane. And Shane still doesn't have a documentary series with Netflix, which I think is kind of crazy, but there is a lot of stuff going on with him as well. I'm not really sure what. This shade is so stunning. Wow. Like, literally so pretty. So just like that. That's really gorgeous. I really love that one. Wow. Very pretty. Can I just stop getting stuff in my eyes right now? Okay. Okay, let me just grab the stuff for my face for a second. Okay, so now we're gonna do the eyeliner and stuff. So that is just like, there's just been so much going on in the beauty community right now that it's kind of like not fun anymore. Like, people just want to see, like, I think people are just kind of wanting, like, old school YouTube to be back. And, like, they just want people doing their makeup. Like, people are kind of over, like, this constant drama that it's just like, what is the point of this? Like, are you just that thirsty for having a million subscribers, or millions of subscribers that, like, you'll go to any lengths to stay in the spotlight? Like, it's getting to be ridiculous. Like, people are just like, what the fuck? Like, we can't keep up with this shit. And people are either gonna stay with you or they're gonna be like, fuck it. We don't want to be a part of this crazy world anymore because it's getting to be absurd. It'd be nice if I could actually open my mascara tube. So now I'm going to go in with the CoverGirl Exhibitionist Mascara. So I've been home, like, a while by myself today, so that's why, like, I had to get out and go to Marshall's earlier. But my dad's been here, like, but my brother went to work in the morning, and my mom has actually been in the city with my sister the past 2 days because, she's been helping her move her stuff out of her apartment because my sister is actually moving into a new apartment, so at least everyone's been, like, distracted. But I'm the one that's been home the longest today because I couldn't be off just to see him. I had to work tonight, but it's okay. At least I got off last night. Like, honestly, if I wasn't off last night, I'd be like, well, I'm just not coming in then. Sorry, you can find somebody else to close for me. Or, open at least. So anyway, What I was really surprised that Marlena actually talked about was the whole thing that happened with my girl Tina, the fancy face. She actually has addressed some things about me in a YouTube video a month or so ago. So she does know my channel and everything. And honestly, when I was watching the video, I didn't think she was going to talk about it. But she actually brought up everything that happened with her and the fancy face at the end of the video. And now I think I have a lot more respect for Marlena. And I think that she was very, very honest in the video. And I think she kind of just like cleared her conscience. Like at first when I was watching the video, I didn't like want to say this. But I felt like since Marlena kind of like didn't work with the fancy face anymore and like smaller YouTubers and started like working with like bigger YouTubers and stuff once Makeup Geek became like its own website rather than it's a blog still. I thought that she was kind of just getting karma of like leaving those people who supported you the most and like kind of just like reaching out to them only to like try out a new product. And that's the whole thing that's going on with like Juvia's Place and Alyssa Ashley and Jackie Ina right now, which I really just don't want to get into in this video because I'm obviously going to be sitting here talking about it forever. So I'm probably going to talk about it in another video once I'm like ready to film again. But for the bronzer I'm going to go in with is the Fenty Beauty Insta Warmth Bronzer in the shade In the Sun. A lot of people have not really been liking these bronzers, especially like the people's opinions that I trust the most. Andrea Mattiliano actually said she didn't really like it. I really like it because it's not that it's my favorite bronzer, but I do like how light it is for me. I mean, it is very matte and cool toned, but I kind of like that because it kind of adds like a slight contour as well. And for me, since I really like don't really still know how to use bronzer, honestly, like I kind of just blend it on my face. Sorry. Just like if I stop talking, it's just because like I'm thinking about him and it sucks. Thinking about my little Remy. My little pooper pants. Like some moments it gets easier, some hours it gets easier, but then I just end up like thinking about him constantly and it just sucks. So, anyway, I was really surprised that she brought it up in the video because I thought that she wasn't going to talk about it because, you know, all these other people she was talking about have like huge followings and it's just like, you know, who cares about her because, you know, she's so much smaller. But I'm glad that Marlena, like, didn't make it that way, which it shouldn't be because everybody is just as important as the next person on YouTube or in life. And it doesn't matter how many subscribers that they have. You still did them wrong in some way if she still feels this way. And I was glad that she brought it up. And I feel like now she has, like, a clear conscience. And I'm glad that she addressed everything because now I have like mad respect for her. I really do like her a lot. And I've always loved Makeup Geek products. I just thought that was like my one thing about her was that she didn't really like address anything that happened with her. She kind of just stayed silent. So I'm glad that she finally like addressed it. So now I'm going to be going in with this guy. This is actually the only other new thing that I'm trying today. This is the MAC Electric Wonder Iridescent Powder in the shade Into Eternity. Look at this packaging. It's so pretty, right? So I got this along with the palette, with the Lion King palette, with my 20% off coupon code. So I'm going to use it today So this is what the packaging looks like. It's just so stunning. Like, just Mac sucked me in with this packaging, and then it says I was about to say into the eternity, if I could speak properly. So they're calling this product a bronzing powder, but honestly, I feel like it has too much glitter in it to be a bronzer. So I'm going to try it out as a blush today. I think it would be really pretty with this look. And that's probably how I'm going to use it, is as a blush. Oh, that is really pretty, actually. Wow. Okay. That's actually really pretty with this look. Sorry, my boyfriend texted me. He's still trying to cheer me up as much as he can. He's just sweet. Why? I just feel like it's very patchy on this side, like just very dry. I'm trying to like build it up. I just don't know about these products from MAC lately. Like, some of the products that they're releasing in their new collections recently, I just don't really get how to use them. Like, what is their function? Like, they say that this is a bronzing powder, but this is like way too pink to be a bronzer. And I feel like it kind of ruined the bronzer over here a little bit. I don't know. I don't care. Whatever. You know, I'm not that picky. But with what was the other collection? I think it was called Once and Floral. No, that's a ColourPop eyeshadow. I think it was like the spring collection, Spring Fling, I think. They came out with like that petal, pink. Let me show it to you guys really quick. They came out with this thing. What is this called? It was kind of like a play on Fleur Power, which is like a classic blush from MAC. This is the highlighting powder in the shade Fleur Real. And even though like I thought that this was going to be a highlighter or like a blush or something, it's too light to be a blush and it's too matte to be a highlighter. So it's like, how are you supposed to use this? Like, not everyone is going to be able to use a pink powder to like highlight certain parts of their face. So that's why everybody was kind of confused by this as well. But they just put it in like really pretty packaging and it's just like you can't really resist it. So it's like I needed like a piece from each of the collections just for the packaging. And like I usually don't do that. I am not one of those people. Like, the packaging can suck me in if it's like an eyeshadow palette or something, but I've never been like a huge MAC collector of their limited edition stuff. I love like their regular stuff. I use all of it. I love MAC in general. I've always loved MAC. I kind of want to use a MAC highlighter today. I was going to use the Innuendo palette by ColourPop because I haven't used this either, but I kind of want to use this instead. I know, I'm kind of all over the place, but I don't care. Sorry guys, you're just going to have to deal with me today if this is annoying you. I'm going to use Whisper of Guilt by MAC. Just because I want like a golder highlight today, because you guys know like gold highlight just makes me feel so good, and I just need gold highlight today in my life. So what was I talking about? Because I went off on a tangent about MAC. So yeah, I thought that that was good. At least like one positive came out of this. And it did change my mind and perspective on Marlena. And now I do think that she's the only person that really like made a super honest video. And I think she has a huge heart, and I just feel like it's kind of similar to like everything that happened with Jeffree Star and Laura Lee and Manny MUA, Nikita Dragon, James Charles. I think they all took advantage of him. But, you know, Jeffree Star is just a hell of a lot more aggressive than Marlena is. And obviously I still like Marlena over Jeffree Star, but it is very similar to that situation. But meanwhile, Jacqueline was still Jeffree Star, was still friends with Jeffree Star. She wasn't Jeffree Star. She was still friends with him this whole time and wasn't friends with Marlena, which I find very interesting. So now I'm going to set my face with the Milani Make It Last setting spray. And then I'm just going to brush through my brows with a spoolie. Sorry, I just want to answer my boyfriend really quick. I'm just going to... I really need to get a new brow gel because honestly, this is like really dried out. I should have went to CVS rather than Marshall's, but I wanted to see if they had anything new. But I really need a new brow gel and I really need an eyeshadow primer, an eyelash primer, but I was just thinking about going there after work, but I'm probably just going to go right home. I really need to try and get like good sleep tonight. Like it's been a struggle trying to sleep at night. Okay. And then for my lips, I'm just going to line them with MAC Strip Down. I kind of want to go in with a cooler toned lip today. So that's what I'm going to do. I wanted to use What's Your Sign by ColourPop. But I know I'm going to be using ColourPop lippies like all weekend. So I just wanted to use another older lipstick. Well, not that old, but just one I haven't used in a little while, but it's still kind of newish. This is the L'Oreal Color Reach lipstick in the shade 983 Utmost Taupe. So I'm just going to take that and fill in my lips with it. I just wanted something matte today. Oh, it's so pretty. I was either going to use this, the Marc Jacobs one, or the What's Your Sign by ColourPop. I decided to go with this one. Excuse me. I think after this I have to walk the dogs. Luna and Watson. They're really sad though. They like know something's wrong and they just don't know what to do for us. So I just don't care if this video is like super long. This is just really helping me. This is like my therapy session right now. Hope you guys can understand. But it was good to see my boyfriend last night. But I just wanted to say before this video ends that I'm happy that Jacqueline refunded everyone. Honestly, all I wanted was my money back and I got free lipsticks out of it. So I'm happy about that, honestly. Like I don't want to pay $45 for these lipstick. I'd much rather have that money back. So I am happy I got that refund. And I've still been using them because I haven't had any problems, but I'm not encouraging anybody to use them at all. Okay, so let me just brush my hair and I'll be right back. Alright, you guys, so this is pretty much the finished look. Here are the eyes, the cheeks, and the lips. I really like how this look turned out. So my thoughts on this palette so far, I really like it. I was actually didn't think I was gonna like it so much because, like I said, after I swatched them, I wasn't sure how they were gonna be, but I actually really like how they performed so far. So yeah, I'm really liking it. Obviously, I can't give you guys my full thoughts yet because I haven't tried out every single shade. I'm hoping to try out this green shade with the rest of the shades on Sunday, and then I'll probably do like a neutral look on Monday. And then we'll see how much I'm actually going to be able to use like the lid shades. So, because then after that, I'm only going to have to test out these two and like this one. So I have like a few more to test out. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different colors to try out right now. So hopefully I'll be able to test it out by at least before this video is actually up. And before my haul is up, because I am waiting for a ColourPop order right now. This was obviously the first thing that I got because I got this from Ulta. It came in like two or 3 days. So anyway, so yeah, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. Follow me on all my social media. I just might not be posting for a little while. Or I'm probably not going to post anything again until my haul video, but this video will be going up after that. So I love you guys. Bye.